By a minor miracle, we've qualified out of the group stages in the Champions League. Through my own self-inflicted stupidity, we may eventually just exhaust ourselves out of the Premier League. My name's FM19, and this is the Palace March, episode 34. Well, as you can see here, slightly new tactic, and that's due to a couple of things as I mess around with this still. One is that the fixture congestion has really taken a toll on some of the players who are here. Sablik, Tonali, Linetti, before he broke his ankle and is out for the rest of the year, and a couple other players are good for a week or a game, and then they need rest. And it hasn't helped that some of the players I've brought in from the under-23 team to take their place, I forgot to take off the under-23 fixtures, so they play an under-23 game, and then a day later they play a Premier League game, and I start them at 70%. Football Manager Amateur. As it stands, this is pretty much the senior squad. Ajeti is out with torn thigh muscle for 3 to 6 weeks. Linetti is out for the next 6 months with a broken ankle. That forced a formation change. And I like playing with strikers up top. And a 4-2-4 is the best way for me to maintain that. Gubbles is a pretty capable winger, as is Burkhart. I've got a couple of youth players I'm comfortable bringing in as wingers for a little bit of time. It's done us well so far. We haven't been playing it that long, but it's done us well so far. Since the 4-1 thrashing at Camp Nou, we've been streaky. There's no other way to put it. We won at home against Liverpool 1-0. Sandro Tonali, 84th minute goal, saw us through. Liverpool had more shots. They had one more on target. They had a slight possession advantage, but as you can see, our defense was absolutely on it this game. Neka on a 7-1, Boskanek, Kamara, Udokai, 7-3s or better. Tonali on 8-6, a lot of that is key passes and assists. Santiago was on a 7-2, Gubbles on a 7-2. Liverpool just could not put it together, and as a result, we won. They made a game of it. Tonali's 84th minute goal saw us through, and sometimes that's what you need. We were then away at Huddersfield, and we won this game. An Udokai goal in the 5th minute off a set piece gave us an advantage that we took advantage of. It's a roundabout way of saying that. Huddersfield went pretty cautious after that, forced us to come to them, and we did. 18 shots, 8 on target. They had 13 shots, 7 on target. They played a game of keep away, which is why they have the possession advantage here. Borgemiro goal in the 63rd minute saw us through. Again, the defense absolutely stout this game. Onana had a really solid game. I played him because Huddersfield's a bottom of the table team, and I'm getting him more first team starts. The more I think about it, the chances are high that he's going to go at the first transfer window. Mepham, a solid game. Boskanek, a solid game. Kamara, a solid game. Boskanek is unhappy. He is unhappy that I fined him for the double yellow card and has made it known that he would like to leave. I really don't want to let him go because he is a good young player with potential that I paid £6 million for. But at the same time, if I put him out there and I get double that or half again that much, I could see my way to letting him go. It depends on who I can get in to replace him. I've got my eye on a couple of players, including one I think that is as good as Boskanek. Mirko, we'll have to see what happens. After Huddersfield was our Champions League game against Celtic at their house, and we drew 0-0, a very even game stats-wise. They had 16 shots, 9 on target. We have 15 shots, 5 on target. Our defense was better than their offense, which saw us through. But as a result, I can click this here. As a result, we have clinched, we're tied for first. We're playing Zenit today. Celtic is playing... Well, this is confusing. I got a note that said we qualified for the next... I got a note saying we qualified for the next stage, although it doesn't seem likely. If Celtic wins, they go to 9. And Barcelona would have to lose, which would put them at 8 because they're playing Celtic next. I don't know. Sometimes Football Manager drives me up a wall. Then again, I saw that message late last night, and as you can tell by the light, at least, it's mid-afternoon here. Not a fabulous game for us. We had a couple chances that were turned away by Berkey in goal. Omero had a really solid game for them at defensive center back. A win here would have been nice. A loss would have been troubling, so I guess I'm happy with the draw. We followed that up with a win at home against Everton. Jason Madu, who frankly should probably not be starting. 1.5-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, 21 years old. Brought him in early on as part of the, hey, he looks like a player who might have some quality about him. If he doesn't earn it here, maybe we can sell him on. Had 2 goals in 5 minutes. And then Mayoral put the final nail in the coffin with a goal in the 80th minute. Richarlison and Vlasic got Everton off to a quick start. I thought we were going to be in for a hell of a game, and we were. Everton had 23 shots, 11 on target. We had 11 shots, 6 on target. Everton had the possession advantage. Neko was really solid in goal. Madu was really solid on the defensive line, on the midfield line, which is surprising. You wouldn't think that looking at his stats and seeing who he was facing in terms of Delph, Sigurdsson, Richarlison, Vlasic. Mayoral was really solid up front, as was Gubbles, although the 6'8 doesn't really reflect it. He had some very nice offensive and defensive plays that really helped the team out. I was happy with the draw that Mayoral scored in the 80th minute, and we won 3-2. I'm not going to complain about that. What I am going to complain about is losing at Birmingham. Birmingham and Burnley are both bottom-of-the-table teams. Birmingham is currently in 16th place, and Burnley is in 19th. They're in the drop zone. And we lost to one and we drew with the other. I think the loss to Birmingham is what hurt most. Djokovic had a brace of goals. The second one in the 86th minute is what saw them through. Captain Veld had a goal in the 29th minute. Ajeti and Boskankic put us up even with them, at least for a little while, and we absolutely dominated them statistics-wise. 31 shots, 8 on target, they're 8 and 5. Huge possession advantage. But as you can see, their midfield was better than ours, their keeper was better than ours, and their attackers were better than ours. We were erratic all day. And it didn't help that fixture congestion and injuries and resting players meant I had to play players longer than I wanted. Madu started the game at literally 70% because he played the under-23 game the day before. I had to take him off for the half hour because he was at 61%. Udokai started the game at 81%, into the game on 58%. I'm going to be recalling Berg and Ruggiero from their respective teams in January. I just have to make it to January in order to do that. There was actually an inquest called for my losing to Birmingham. And the draw at Burnley certainly didn't help either. Ajeti, a brace of goals, and then he went out with, you know what? Let me check that here real quick. A hamstring strain. Okay. 12 days to 3 weeks. Fun times. But he had a very good game. This was part of the 4-2-4. Solanke and Wood had goals for Burnley. At one point in time, they were ahead 2-1. There were 3 goals scored in the space of 5 minutes, it seemed. Solanke in the 38th, Ajeti in the 40th, Wood in the 43rd to put them ahead. Then Ajeti's goal in the 73rd minute was a very nice goal. Drew it for us. I thought about taking him off, but I wanted to give him the chance for a hat trick, and instead he went out and got injured. We had 16 shots, 8 on target to third, 24 and 11. We were just better up front than they were today, and we were better defensively, although not by much. And yet, the best we could do was a draw. So today, we are playing Zenit in the Champions League game. It's the last one of the group stage, and I'm positive we've qualified for the next one. I wish I could find that message, but I shut the game down after that and loaded it back up again, so I'm fairly sure it's gone. So I'm going to set my best starting 11, and anybody I can find to fit in a uniform, put them on the bench, and we'll come back with the game against Zenit here in just a minute. Well, today we are playing our 4-2-4 against Zenit. Here at Selhurst, neck and goal, Udakai, Mirko, Kamara, and Mepham as the defensive back four, Tonali and Santiago as the midfielders, Burkhart and Gubbles as the wingers, with Mayoral and Song up top as the strikers. I've already got a couple players starting the game at 73% or 83%. Where are they? Tonali's down to 81, Udakai's down to 81. Everyone else is sub 90 or close, except Song, who's essentially coming off the bench. But like as an example, Madu 69%, Costa 82%. It's because they played the under 23 game a couple days ago. Tonali with a free kick into the crowd, knocked away. Udakai runs it down. Back out to Kamara. Over to Vasankic. Back to Udakai. Back to Vasankic. To Santiago. Back out to Udakai. All the way back up to Mirko. To Tonali. Over to Santiago. He drives forward. Up to Gubbles. Tonali has it now. It sends it out to Mepham. Cross the field to Felix on the left. Oh, he takes a shot, but it bounces off Samaras. Zubia gets past the defender and he scores. Come on, guys. Stupid mistake by Felix. Nuts. Now, coming up on halftime, the Zubia goal has been the only highlight this first half. They've had a couple more shots than us, but not by much. Tonali's exhausted already, so we're going to get him off and bring on Benasser. That'll be the first sub we make. Let's see. Well, first highlight of the half is at the 60-minute mark. Benasser sends in the corner kick, knocked out to Mayoral, back to Benasser, to Mepham, all the way across the field to Udakai, who's going to come off the field here in a second. Long pass back towards Mepham, cross it to Gubbles at the box, centers it to Burkhart, bounces off, but Gubbles is there and he scores. Nice. Oh, went right by the Zenit player who just totally ignored the ball. Okay, we're going to pause this here real quick. Brian is going to come on for Udakai. Madu's going to come on for Santiago. Coming up on 75 minutes. No other highlights the second half. That's a good thing. 5 minutes left. Let's say 4 minutes of extra time. Nope, 3. Well, better under than over. Vasankic. And that is the game. We draw with Zenit, and that puts us officially in second place in the group. Maybe there's something math-related going on that I am just not seeing earlier. Well, it wasn't a loss. That's a good thing. I mean, look at this fixture congestion here for the team. We've got one under 23 game there, followed by us, followed by the under 18s. An under 18 game the same day as Burnley, followed by the Millwall under 23s versus us. Our Champions League game with the under 18s, and then the under 23s are playing again tomorrow. The under 23s have 2 games in 3 days. That's just insane. And they're not scheduling that. They're part of the group. And somehow they're in second place. So, good job, coaches. Well, we received £807,000. We reached the group stage, the first knockout round. No idea who we're playing yet. The knockout round draw comes after the Tottenham game, so we're not going to afford that now. What we are going to do, though, we'll come back from Middlesbrough in the FA Cup third round game. They're a championship team this year, so it could be an interesting match. We want to get past the third round. Boy, we need to get past the third round or the board's going to really yell at me. I don't know that I can take it right now. Wow. Well, this recent run of form has been disappointing. But the only thing more disappointing is my handling of the roster. That's just... There's no excuse for it, to be honest with you. Going to have to get better. January transfer window could be interesting as well, with players wanting to leave and players being looked at, but me promising them not to leave. Yes, I'm looking at you, Benasser. That said, we're in the first knockout round of the Champions League. That's well done. Now, watch us face United or Bayern or someone like that. If you liked what you've seen or heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name is FM19, and I thank you for watching.